Good morning, everyone. Happy Saturday. I hope you guys are making the most out of your Saturday on this cloudy weekend. So just make the most out of whatever you do, just to keep yourself busy or find something fun to do to keep you going. So yeah, this morning, I am making another art masterpieces video. This will be number 36. The last one I did was on Terry Funk, showcasing my collage work that was done on him. I know, I believe someone did watch it, then it was resulting with no one watching it. So, you know what? If you guys didn't watch it, I mean, it's up to you. So, yeah. But for this morning, I'm making another art masterpieces video because I've got more collage works to show. And I have some that, actually, I have a few that's based on what's coming up next month, which February what's coming up. I have a few that's based on what's coming up next month as we head into February. February is the month where we not only celebrate Valentine's Day, but we also celebrate Black History Month. And I've got some collages that I have done on African American figures that everyone remembers very much as we all celebrate February like we know it from the back of our heads. So, yeah. So, for this morning, I'm going to showcase some more collage artworks I have done lately, and I got a feeling you're going to love the ones I have done so far. So give me a few seconds to get out what I have in store. Hang tight. And like I said, I've done some collage artworks on something that's coming up next month as we head into February. So keep your eyes open for that. So give me 1 second. Alright, so I got them out. You guys are going to be amazed what I have in store for you. So hang tight. As a matter of fact, give me 1 more second. Just All right, sorry about that. Just getting out one more collage artwork that I also did. All right, so get ready as I show you some that I have also done on. I have worked and done on before. I had done and worked on before. So yeah. All right, so I'll show you the first one. Give me 1 second. All right, so here's the first collage artwork here's the first one I got and had done and worked on. Now I'm not gonna lie, we saw this guy come back. How do I say this? This lad came back at Survivor Series, and actually, this lad came back at Survivor Series last year because it took place in his hometown, Chicago, Illinois. That's right. That's right. And when he came back, everyone was happy. Everyone except the lad that everyone wants to see at WrestleMania that's right now dealing with an injury on his journey. And that lad is Seth freaking Rollins. Rollins, as seeing how he was world champion, was not happy to see this dude because he never liked the lad that was around when we last saw him. And this dude that I'm talking about was not seen for almost over a year. So, actually, for almost a decade. Because last time we saw him was when he competed in the 2014 Royal Rumble match. And then after that, went on to do other stuff like being at AEW, and then next thing you know, made his return to Survivor Series, which shocked everyone in Chicago. Chicago was not only shocked to see him return, they were not only in excitement mode, but they were in euphoria the second they heard his music. And the crowd erupted when they saw his face appear at Survivor Series. And let's be honest, he's declared himself to be in this year, which is tomorrow, the Royal Rumble match. You know, a lot of people are going to be looking forward to see who's going to win this year's Royal Rumble battle. I mean, I will say it could be this lad that I'm talking about as I still keep going. Some say it might be Drew McIntyre. It might even be who else could win this. Depends on who your vote is going on. And then for the women's side, who you're planning to see win this year's Royal Rumble, this year's women's Royal Rumble battle. I'm going with the man Becky Lynch because I would love to see her go against. How do I say this? Her one-on-one. Actually, her go to war with Rhea Ripley for the women's world title. Put it like this: you got Australia in the world champion mode against Ireland, who wants to be back in the world champion mode. So picture this: Ireland versus Australia. Do you see the big picture here? Picture this. I'm talking about global collision happening here. So yeah, see how WWE is a global company, a global international entertainment company. So you know what I mean. Yeah. A lot are saying, could Nia Jax win this? Let's see. She may have been on an impressive role, but do you really believe that she's gonna win this year's this year's women's Royal Rumble battle? Only I say these words as you always hear me say all the time. Stay tuned, because you never know what could happen next. If it does happen, then some will say it's going to be a cold day in the women's division with her coming for what she wants. She may have been a she may have been a former women's champion, but to tell the truth, can she really get back where she was before, going through everyone that will try to get rid of her quick? It depends. See where this takes us. So yeah, and tomorrow is the Royal Rumble battle because it's going to be taking place in I want to say Tampa, Florida, or St. Petersburg, Florida, if that happens. So yeah, everyone's looking forward to it. So yeah, it's going to be good. Other than that, so as I talk about this lad, he came back in Survivor Series, declared himself in this year's Royal Rumble battle, and some are saying, could this match between him and Seth Rollins happen at WrestleMania, seeing how Rollins is dealing with an injury? I only say these words, keep your eyes open to see where this goes next. So allow me to introduce you to the collage I've done on. Say hello to the lad that we all know very much. He is known as Mr. Best in the World, and he's known as the rebel in his own way. I give to you WWE Chicago native, Mr. CM Punk. Ta-da! Hold on, you guys see. I can tell with the window up, it can be difficult because the light is shown. So yeah, I'm sorry about this. Hang on, let me see if I can hold this up. Yep, you got CM Punk right here, and what I wrote down saying would be I wrote down something that he would say, even though you see his shirt that would say hell has froze over. I say this writing down with him saying this. It's official. Hell has frozen over, and you know it. So this is my collage on Mr. CM Punk. And I'll hold this up to you guys to see for yourselves. I'll hold this up for a few more seconds, and I'll move on to the next one. All right. Moving on to the next one. Alright, to tell the truth. The second one I've done is on a lad that we all know very much. I mean, if we go back to Survivor Series 1990, that was the year, and it was during Thanksgiving. I believe Thanksgiving week. During Thanksgiving night, I believe, yeah, this took place in the capital city of Connecticut in 1990. And everyone was there when they saw this lad first appear in the WWE. Ted DiBiase, who was challenging the American Dream Dusty Rhodes to a traditional Survivor Series elimination match. He had a mystery partner as his fifth partner, and no one knew about who the mystery lad was going to be. So they all had to wait until Survivor Series to find out who was DiBiase's partner. So when DiBiase brought this lad into Survivor Series 1990, the world was a little spooked. The world was absolutely spooked and suspicious of who this dude was. And I could still hear Hot Rod, Rowdy Rod Pepper saying the words, "Look at the size of that ham hock! Look at the size of that ham hock!" The second he saw this lad appear into the WWE. This lad was so tall that you had never seen anyone like him before. And his eyes told the story of what was in store for his opponents that they knew very little of. And to also tell the truth, the fans were wondering what can this lad do that no one has ever seen before. And they were surprised by his performance straight in the ring as he delivered everything to the American Dream and his teammates. And let's be honest, after his performance, he really skyrocketed to the top with everyone noticing for who he was. This was a lad that could take care of you in ways you. Sorry, I'm just joking. This was a lad who could take care of you in ways you didn't expect to find yourself dealing with or saw coming. He could put you away in a graveyard while being buried alive. He might even defeat you in a match where it's much bigger than a steel cage. He might even put you away in a casket where you may never be the same. And then, to tell all the truth, he had been doing this for a long time, 30 years. I mean, doing what you do to keep the fans because they love seeing him all the time. They grew up watching him, admiring him, and wondering who their favorite wrestling idol has always been. And then he got inducted in the 2022 WWE Hall of Fame class of 2022. We were wondering when that was going to happen, and the words finally came about as he got inducted. And then after this, he retired because it was time to just take a break. More likely, you had done so much that it was time to breathe forever. It was time to breathe right now. And you also saw him on my shirt, so as I say this, get ready to show you the second collage I have done on and worked on. My second collage was done and worked on WWE Hall of Famer, the Phenom, Undertaker. I'll hold this up so you guys can see for yourselves. You got him right here, as I put down, as he would say, all souls belong to my graveyard. And you know, I also remember him saying this, which came from him as ever. I remember him saying this very much as ever. Taking souls and digging holes. Digging holes and taking souls. That's what I heard. Digging holes and taking souls. And that is exactly who the dead man was. Every time someone got in the ring with him and always tried to defeat him. Especially when it came to WrestleMania. He had a streak that kept going and that it was never broken as ever. He faced everyone that was in front of him throughout his path in WWE. Many individuals have tried to break his streak but could never get it done. The likes of Batista, Edge, Kane, Triple H, HBK, Shawn Michaels. The list goes on and on and on. Then he came across the one lad he's had a rivalry before. Well, you know what? The one lad that broke his streak was we already know what happened to the streak when it got broken. So I will not get into details. But to tell you the truth, The Undertaker has been a very huge cornerstone to the WWE. Always has been, always will be. Even though he may have retired, he's still a cornerstone that everyone remembers very much. And he morphed into something you had never seen before, never saw coming, as you can tell. So I'm going to hold this up so you guys can see for yourselves. The Undertaker one of the greatest WWE performers of all time. And I remember him being the best pure striker when it came to dealing with his opponents in the ring. If you ever try to trace shots with the dead man, you know you're in for the long run. You're in for the long haul, which won't be very good as ever. So the Undertaker knew how to take care of his opponents in ways you never saw coming. Not even thought about thinking, not even thought about imagining, or even thinking, not even thought about, or even thinking of, or even thought about, as I would say, even thought about. So yeah, it's the dead man. Don't screw with the dead man. So I'll hold this up before I go to the next collage artwork I've done. Alright, I will hold this up for a few more seconds, then I will move on to the next one. Okay. Okay, next one, get ready. Alright, the next one I did, okay, the next collage I worked on would be these two wonderful individuals. They're part of Autism Fairness Connecticut. One is the founder of the autism program, and we have the other that's been her bestie for many, many years. Yeah, she's always devoted her work and life into the autism program to make a difference in this world. And I remember coming onto the scene, helping them out, and they've been wonderful loves to me. They're especially besties as we know it. As we know it, even I know it, I have to tell the truth. And I love seeing them all the time, especially when we put on like events and fundraising events just to keep the program going so we can make a safe haven not only come about but also exist as we know it in our own eyes as ever. So yes. So get ready as I show you the next collage. I worked on this collage. I have done and worked on this collage, sorry. I have done and worked on this collage. I have done and worked on the collage of yeah, Autism Family Connecticut's Leah Moon and Tizz Weber. If you don't know those two, they are the ones who I work with at the autism program. Leah Moon and Tizz Weber, as I call them, Super Moon and Super Tizz. So get ready to show you the collage artwork I have worked on. I have done and worked on so get ready in 3, 2, 1. Sorry. Right here, so you guys can see for yourselves. I know with the window up, it can make it difficult. So up the top saying Super Moon and Super Tizz, and then down there saying Super Besties Forever. So yes. So I'm gonna hold this up so you guys can see for yourselves. I will hold this up so you guys can see. Yeah, these are the two I love seeing all the time at Autism Fairness Connecticut. They mean the world to me very much. I'm very thrilled to have met them throughout my destination as that continues on. I know the light's getting in the way, sort of, because of the wind, because I put up the curtains. But I hope you guys are still able to see. So, yeah, I'll hold this up a bit more, hoping that the light will stop getting in the way too much. There we go. All right. And for a few more seconds, I'll hold this up, then move on to the next one. just a few more seconds. Okay. All right, that was the third collage I worked on. The two wonderful loves I love seeing all the time at Autism Families Connecticut. So yes. And if you don't know what Autism Families Connecticut is, it's a wonderful autism program where we help those on the autism spectrum come out of the shells to meet others who are just like them, just to blend in and not feel left out, even find a way of their sense of belonging in the world of society. So yes. And I am also on the autism spectrum, so I love being an advocate for the autism community because I felt like it didn't have a voice when autism was still out as we know it. Then when I came onto this scene, a change really did come as I became their voice, letting everyone know what autism is all about. So yes. All right, get ready for the next collage I have on. And then after this one, I will introduce you important collages I have worked on because next month is February, and you know what that means. Not only Valentine's Day, but you also know what that means to celebrate of the celebration of. I mean, yeah. So here we go. All right, for the fourth collage, I worked on another BBC World News reporter. She does the sports report. She does the sports report representing BBC Sport Today, and I love seeing her all the time. One of my favorites, to tell the truth, as ever. I mean, I love seeing her every time she reports she reports on the news of sports, like any football players or soccer players, and she's just phenomenal and amazing. I can never get enough of her, as we know it. So say hello to the next BBC World News reporter I did my collage on. Say hello to Miss Madam Jane Dougall. Here we go. I'll hold this up so you guys can see for yourselves. This is Jane Dougall right here. Yep. She's a BBC World News Sport Today reporter. Yep. So I will hold this up so you guys can see for yourselves. So just take a few deep breaths. All right, I'll hold this up for a few more seconds, then move on to the important collages that I have worked on that will celebrate what's happening next month. So, yes. Okay. There you have it. That was the fourth collage I worked on. Now for the next one. This one is our important collage artwork that I have done and worked on because next month is February. Now we're going to be celebrating Valentine's Day, but we'll also celebrate this one that relates to February as ever. Sorry about that. Sorry for the mumbling. We're going to celebrate this one that not only relates to Valentine's Day, but also relates to the month of February, especially those who paved the way for change. This is going to be, yeah, I'm going to be introducing. I know I was going to wait till February to tell the truth, but I figure I just introduce you a few of them before I actually introduce you more that I have also done. So, yeah. So get ready as I introduce you to collage artworks I've done for representing February's not only Valentine's Day but also February's Black History Month. So here comes the first one I have done. Get ready. Here's the one I did. This one in honor, and you can see at the top it says, "In honor of Black History Month, we celebrate those that made change happen." And right here we have this lad, one of my favorite actors that's ever, Denzel Washington. You know, if you don't remember this, the story of how I got the name Denzel. My mom, she wanted to name me after my father's name, but she told my dad, she was like, "Let's go with something better," and she said Denzel, and Denzel came along. So yeah. Here we are with the picture of this famous actor who still continues on to act as we know it. You have his son, John David Washington, acting just like his old man. Just like his father, as I would say. Yeah. Like father, like son, they really know how to give the world a perspective message in response of what should be done in society and life. So, yeah. And this just tells everything of what's going on. Yeah. And this tells everything about how this lad became a wonderful actor as we know it. Sorry. I've seen him in every movie that I have watched with his name on, that I've seen with him in it. We have The Preacher's Wife. What else? We have the preacher's wife with Whitney Houston and Courtney B. Vance. We have John Q. Yeah, you remember John Q very much. So you remember this line from the film: "I am not gonna bury my son. My son is gonna bury me." And I also remember him saying this as his character: "Hey, don't handle me, Frank. Don't handle me. That assaults my intelligence as a human being. You tell Rebecca Payne to put my son's name on the donor's list. On the donor's list. If my son's name is on the donor list, come 5:15, there's gonna be some dead bodies up here in this hospital," which I remember him saying very much. We have Man on Fire, the 2004 film, the one with him and Dakota Fanning, where he played a cop to rescue her after she gets kidnapped by a couple of kidnappers that plan to kidnap those that relates to loved ones. Let's see. We have another film I remember him very much in was Remember the Titans. We're gonna change the way we run. We're gonna change the way we block. We're gonna change the way we tackle. We're gonna change the way we live. We're gonna change the way we defend. Yeah, that I remember very much. And this lad has been one of my favorite actors as ever. I never get tired of watching him as ever. Plus, you'll remember him from the Equalizer film series, which has been very phenomenal as ever. I've seen him in the first one, the second one, and the third one that came out last year. The third one got my attention very much. It's the Equalizer. You don't screw with the Equalizer as ever. And let's see, there was another film he also did. It was let's see what else. He was in a lot of films like The Book of Eli, which I remember very much. The Book of Eli. Also, there was The Great Debaters. Yeah, The Great Debaters. And every film he has done throughout his career. Yeah. He even did Two Guns with Mark Wahlberg. And the Pelham of and no, the Taking of Pelham 1, 2, 3 with John Travolta. So yeah. So I'll hold this up so you guys can see this for yourselves. Denzel Washington, a phenomenal and tremendous actor you can never get enough of. I believe he was also in the film with Jared Leto. I forgot the name of it was. I forgot the name of it. The name of the film was. So, yeah, but he's been seen in a lot of films you can never get tired of. And when I mentioned the film Man on Fire from 2004 with Dakota Fanning, he even reunited with her in the third Equalizer film. So yeah. And with Dakota Fanning, she's all grown up. She's not the same little girl you remember from seeing in every film. So yeah. All right. Here's the next one. Wakanda Forever. The Black Panther. Black Panther. I remember when this film came out in 2018. And I remember the world was in euphoria because they noticed that they were going to see a film that was based on a superhero, an African American superhero who would deliver something. Actually, this was going to be based on a superhero, an African American superhero who could. Well, actually, is that? Well, you know what I mean. This was going to be based on a African American lad who could really make a difference in this world and send a message of what could expand throughout the world. And I remember I was watching the BBC World News at that time, and the world couldn't stop talking about how this film was coming into theaters. And let's be honest, it's Black Panther. I remember you've seen other Marvel films that had included Thor, Daredevil, X Men, but you want to know more about the Black Panther. And I felt like late great actor Chadwick Boseman was the perfect lad to play this dude. Yeah, we lost Chadwick back in the year where we were still dealing with COVID, and he was sick for a while. He didn't want no one to know about his illness, so he kept it a secret. The next thing you know, just passed away. But we live on with the memories that have happened. 5 years of celebrating the Black Panther that meant so much to everyone. And the legacy of that memory continues on. They made a second one in honor of his performance of what he has done to make the Marvel Cinematic Universe something very, very special. So you see underneath saying Wakanda Forever. And you never get tired of hearing that when you know that the Black Panther really made a difference in this world. Yeah, even my auntie can't stop saying Wakanda Forever. And then there's my brother. But you know the story. It's the black. But you know the rest. It's Black Panther. He meant so much to everyone. Never forget who played the Black Panther. Never forget who played Black Panther and who actually made a difference when it became to being when it became when it came to being Black Panther. So I'm gonna hold this up to you guys and see for yourselves. And you know why I wrote at the top. In honor of Black History Month, we celebrate those that made change happen. And just to let you know, next week is February, so February 1st. So yeah. So I'll hold this up for a few seconds. And then we'll move on to the next one, and then I will wrap things up. Okay. All right, last one that represents of what's coming up next month of Black History Month for February. I did another one on a famous superhero that represents the DC comic universe. He, I mean, you've seen the show pretty much when it was seen not only on Cartoon Network but on Kids WB. And this guy was so phenomenal. I remember I did a poem on him. I even did a painting of him, and everyone just couldn't get enough of it. Couldn't get, and no one could get enough of this dude because he had a partner with him that was they were partners in crime, and he always had backup whenever he was in trouble, but always knew how to take care of villains that were on the move or on the loose. So say hello to the third collage artwork I did representing in honor of Black History Month. That's right, Stag Shock. Underneath, his saying, I put a shock to your system. And at the top, in honor of Black History Month, we celebrate those that made change happen. You got Static Shock right here. I'll hold this up so you guys can see for yourselves, and I will definitely wrap things up. Right. There you have it, my friends. That was all the collage works I've shown on this art masterpieces video. This is number 36. I showed everything I have done and worked on of the art. Of the collage artworks, including the ones I've done that will help celebrate Black History Month when we head into February next week. So I'm not gonna lie, I hope you all enjoyed this. This is a wonderful thing to do, and I'm gonna continue doing collage artworks as I keep going with this. I love how I just evolve when it comes to doing artwork. So just keep your eyes open as I continue to make more videos like this. So yes, as I said before, I just want to say thank you for your time. I hope you guys enjoy this one. I will make another one, so be on the lookout for it. Other than that, I say enjoy the rest of your Saturday. Thank you. Take care. Thank you for your time with me, and I'll see you loves next time.